What's going on, guys? Welcome, Unwrapped family. As my boy Robbie over there likes to say, what's up, Rumboyz and girls? If you're joining us from his network over there, we are absolutely pumped to be here on Keeping It Blunt, episode 2 with my boy Caleb, of course. You can check out that name right over there. Check mine out right there at Perry Aston and my boy Robbie. Thank you so much for coming on with me, my man, the creator of Rumboyz. What's up? Say what's good to the Keeping It Blunt family over here.
What's good, y'all? Cheers to me. Cheers to you, Keeping It Blunt crew. What it do, dilly dilly. I'm happy to be here.
Let's do it, baby. I absolutely love it. I'm pumped for Robbie being on here, one of my favorite people in the market. Of course, every Wednesday night with me and Caleb. Catch us at 6 p.m. Pacific. Brought to you by Unwrapped Sports. Check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Unwrapped Sports. We're on TikTok's Bullet now. Check that out. We're absolutely everywhere. Sportscaster, check us out. I know Rumboyz is big on Sportscaster as well as Unwrapped. So if you're a Sportscaster fan watching this, thank you so much for all of your support to both of us. We do appreciate that. Shout out Nick, shout out the rest of the crew out there. We very much appreciate that. Before we get into it, want to hit some ad reads. If you are gambling, of course, go to mybookie.ag. It is the best book around. Need to be checking that out there. mybookie.ag with code USN100. They're going to have the best stuff for you there, promotions wise, casino. They have horse racing if you're into that. Of course, the sports book. So check that out. We really appreciate that. And if you can go check out our shop as well, teespring.com/stores/unwrapped. You can check out all the Unwrapped apparel, everything from us all the way down to our partners. We have a lot of the shows that are on the live lineup. Keeping It Blunt coming soon on here as well. But you can see all the designs we got. There's some of the partners, including Caleb's other show, Saturday Standouts, that he just got off of just a minute ago. So if you didn't check that out, check out the replay. Do appreciate that. And also, lastly, go check it. Go grab it. Go grab the stuff from Saturday Standouts. Grab the stuff from us. We appreciate it. And lastly, go check out our boy Robbie and Rumboyz over there on Twitter. I'm going to pull it up for you right here. Some great content. They're doing player profile interviews with sportscasters. I've been doing that since the beginning when I've been watching them, of course. They got the YouTube community. You definitely got to go subscribe there. But they're huge on YouTube, huge on Sportscaster. And then, of course, their Twitter presence is one of the best. So go check them out too. Lots of fun on there. Unwrappedsports.com again. All right, let's roll up, pull up, guys. Remember, again, like I said, go follow Rumboyz on Twitter, Sportscaster, and subscribe on YouTube. We appreciate him. And of course, same thing for Unwrapped Sports. Roll up, pull up, boys. What are we smoking on today? What are we drinking? I'm going to start with our guest, Robbie. Any particular strain, any way that you like to smoke, anything you're drinking on? I know you wanted the Rumboyz, so let us know what you're drinking on today when I spark up.
Right now, what I'm drinking on, I just got me a fat tire. I got a couple of fat tires in a mini fridge over here. I got a shot of rum. The more we get in the show, I'll probably, go ahead and kill that mug. But I got as what I got rolled up. I got some gelato here in these papers. They're actually made out of recycled wood from some special French tree or some shit.
Hey, okay, bringing out the fancy shit for the show.
Yeah, it's a nice slow burn. So I got two of them. I got one right here, got another one, and I got this one right here. So we're gonna relax.
Hey, he wasn't playing. He's like, I'm coming on for real.
He's coming out hard. Caleb, what are you smoking on?
So I got the same thing I have last week, Blue Dream, about 2 J's. It's what I got rolling tonight. Our show, about 30. Hopefully I'm not the first, cough warning. Gotta do something or whatever we come up with. But yeah, man, looking forward to smoking with y'all as always with you, Perry. But nice to meet you, Robbie. I'm looking forward to the great, conversations we're about to have, and just being stoned. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple of the Rumboyz community coming in here saying, yo, we appreciate you coming in here, spending your Wednesday with us, myself, Caleb, and Robbie. We do appreciate that, of course. I'm smoking on some gelato as well. I was shocked that you said that. They dropped off a half of gelato for me the other day. I am pumped, bro. This is probably the best strain I've had in a few months at the very least. I look at this and I'm just like, oh, thank you, God, for creating this for me. But got a couple of these blunt little things. It's these King Palm, not an ad, but
King Palm, give me money.
Look, just listen, bro, give me money, King Palm. I'm smoking them on air. You don't notice me, shit. But yeah, man, these things are great. I'm pumped. We're lighting up here, rolling up, pulling up. We're here about to pull up the polls that we put out from this last week. First one that we're going to start off with, it said, pandemic aside, how do you prefer watching games? I'm going to ask you boys first. If you had the choice, would you go live at a game or would you chill at home, multiple screens with your own personal setup? If you had the choice, no pandemic. We'll start with Caleb.
I'm a big fan of both. I love both. I love having my multiple screens. I got a laptop, I got my desktop, I got 2 TVs, you know, everything's going. And I'm at my house, so I'm chilling, I'm usually smoking. But my preference is the games live. It's you know, the fandom that's going on, things that are around the stadium, whether that be bars or anything like that. I mean, you just get the whole experience, and then once you're in that stadium, it's just like everything else doesn't matter. You're just sitting there enjoying the game, you know, kicking back a few cold ones in the stands. So that person.
I feel that. Okay, Robbie, what are you feeling? If you got a choice, no pandemic, you at a game or you at home?
So it depends on what game it is, right? Because it's like if it's my Washington football team, hell yeah, I want to be there at the stadium, right? No matter where whether it's an away game or a home game.
Yeah.
But I don't really like the announcers, and I like the feeling that most people don't like the announcers and like me better.
I agree.
Yeah, so I kind of get off on that. So I prefer to, you know, have my multiple screens and just be in my command center and provide an experience. You know, Joe Buck, you suck.
It might be unpopular, but I agree with you, man. Like, depending on the game, if one of my team's a great matchup, I don't want to be there. But if I can chill at home and have my setup, have my command center, like you said, I might take that. I'm such an extrovert at times. We got our first comp penalty of the day with Robbie. I love it. It's not Caleb first this time, but we got 74% live at a game. So you all are on the pandemic. Get out of my way. Get me back in that stands. I feel that. I think it might also be because you felt so locked up for so long. If I would have asked this question before the pandemic, maybe a little bit different results. You know, some of the homebodies trying to make a point, but
yeah,
even homebodies miss this shit right now. You know, even homebodies, you don't want to be there. So I feel that we got a slightly more fun debate here for our second poll up: flats, drums, boneless, or no chicken at all. We had I'll give away our 1% that picked no chicken. They're rather vegan or absolutely out of their mind. So what do you think, Robbie? What are you picking if you got the choice?
There's only one correct answer to this question, too.
Let's see what Robbie's got.
There is a very dynamic answer to this question. So first off, it's always bone-in because boneless is just nuggets. Second, you alternate between the flat and the drum. Okay. You don't want to just eat all your flats first, because then you just got
no discrimination against Robbie. He wants all wings together. I love it.
There's a formula.
If you had to choose, like if there was one last thing you had to do, bro, was choose to save somebody's life. You had to pick the right one. Which one?
Flats.
Welcome to the show, my brother. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give mine away too. I know Caleb's been big on the flats train all week.
I've been riding the Twitter.
I'm a flats guy. I'm a flats guy myself, so it's our first big agreement here. I love flats. I'll do drums though. I mean, let's talk about the flexibility, the underrated flexibility that you have with the other hand while eating drums. All I'm saying is you can do so many things with that other hand.
Like, I can get shit done. Like I can tag.
With flats, you're in that bitch. You've committed your time. You've now went deep into the flat world. With drums, you're like, I could do this, I could do that. I'm bouncing around the room, I'm texting, I'm running. God forbid what I'm doing with the other hand, but like, give me that flexibility. So I take the argument. But if I got to pick, like you said, life on the line, I'm going with flats.
With the drum, I can still keep one hand clean.
That's true. You can grab your water glass when you need it. Like it makes it so convenient.
Yeah. There is the results from our poll, guys. 46% flats. We got 32% drums, 21% nuggets, 1% vegan or crazy.
I don't even know if that 1%, like if they even watch football.
Are they like trolling? Like I feel like someone was like, "Yeah, fuck this poll, dude." Like I just I don't like Perry's. I'm gonna hit no chicken. You know what I mean? Or you're vegan, and I appreciate your lifestyle, whatever it is.
Seems like some of the shit some of the people are fucking that way.
Oh man! All right, so we're moving on from our roll up, pull up. Got a nice segue into our tune time. So you boys, let me know if you can hear the song. I'm playing it off Apple this week, and we are gonna start with Caleb's song. It's a local band with one of his buddies in it, actually, as one of the bass guitarists. If you're an up-and-coming artist, you got something you're jamming to just as a listener, send it in. Hit me at my you can hit me at my @name right there. You got Caleb, you can send it there, or keeping it _blunt, send it in to us. We'd love to showcase the song if you're jamming on something good.
Local artist, you said?
Oh, it could be anything. It could be anything.
Okay.
I got a big artist like you do and stuff, but just like if there are any rappers out there listening, there are any R&B, any singers out there that are popping. I know Robbie's looking for talent for his Super Bowl show. He always is. He has a great Super Bowl show over there on Sportscaster. So if you're a TikToker or someone that's big, why don't you go hit up Robbie? But for us, send in some stuff that you're jamming on or stuff that you're creating if you are a local artist. But yeah, anything. Big artist, doesn't matter. We love it all. But Caleb's showcasing a song called Dirty from Revelry this week. So we're going to get this going. Let me know if you guys can hear this. It is country. Caleb is on his country line all the time.
It's more like rock country, but yeah.
Can you hear? Can you guys hear?
I don't hear it.
Nah. All right, we'll get it going another way. Give me one moment.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. All right. Let's see if you can hear it this way.
These things can occur in the field, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get it. All right, let's see if you guys can hear it now.
Yeah. This is one of my best friends from back in high school. He's in a band in Tennessee. They both had a master and it's performing this thing on out to do this.
All right, what a great fucking song. Love that shit. I love that your boy's in that. That's great. We're gonna moving on to mine real quick and end it off with Robbie's. I already know Robbie's. I've been jamming to that this week too. I brought a little bit of an R&B vibe for you guys this week. Mac Ayres, real underrated artist. Someone that Alex Valdez, one of my boys at the network, put me on. He's one of our biggest music and pop culture guys. So check out this song, Where You Going Tonight, from Mac Ayres. Real chill R&B vibe. Jam to that for a second before we rock out to some Ross for Robbie's.
She don't like things crashing down. She won't make a play.
Spark up with us, guys. If you guys lighten up, you're drinking, send in what you are smoking on, what you're drinking on. We'd love to showcase that throughout the show. But we just vibing for now.
That's a bop.
Vibe, right? Vibe. All right, that's 1 minute. Yeah, bop, right? We're loving that one. We're loving Mac Ayres. I'm on his new thing this week. It is Magic 8 Ball. Go check it out on Apple Music. Magic 8, the number 8 ball. Fucking killer jams there. And we got Robbie's right here. Stockholm Syndrome from Russ. Anything from Russ is always a bop. Yeah, we about to put this on real quick. Ooh. Perfect one to end off on, too. Got to give me hype for the show. I'll be bringing that heat.
Yo.
ass made it obvious. I'm sorry, but I'm not. My sentiment is y'all stay throwing shots, so you get what you get. Fuck you back then, right now, tomorrow. I'm high in Africa, smoking the guitar. I'm a young guy, still I bleed, so I'm post where I'm at. Till I leave, and they killing black people like it's nothing. Actually, it's testimony, this is hunting. Gotta do something, gotta do my part. So I went and raised $500,000 for the cause. Shout out to the
Ooh, got me hyped.
That was But
That's Bop. Let's
so
go.
many like pivotal bars. Like the minute that he opens up, the minute that he opens up, I'm just like, you did not just go there. Like you know for the rest of the verse he's about to say something.
Russ always bringing that heat. Like I've been a Russ fan since the beginning. I love what he stands for on his own social platform, but the fucking heat that he brings, he's his own engineer, he's his own producer.
Yep.
He's one of the best creative minds out there. Check out Russ. If for some weird reason you've never heard of Russ, go check him out.
Especially if you are a podcaster, like you're an entrepreneur, like you're running your podcast like it's a business. Definitely listen to Russ. Like if you enjoyed what Nipsey represented, you are going to enjoy Russ.
Just vibes. And a family man, you follow him on Twitter. Like, I just love what he brings. Like, always, just fucking big fan. I think so far out of the 2 tune times, we just murdered that one. This is by far the best, of course. I like the new setup. We got it in the beginning while we're sparking up, get some tunes on there. So I'm pumped for that. We're going to move on, guys, to some sports stuff, which I know we're all obviously big fans of. We got that sports segment. Got some stuff we're going to go through with the NFL playoffs. We got championship weekend coming up. Drew Brees retiring. So we'll throw in last week, anything that stood out to you guys on these games. And then fast forwarding to this week, are there any teams from what you saw last week that make you think they're serious contenders, pretenders? Do you have any Super Bowl prediction? We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So it's not too hard to really make predictions anymore. Caleb, let me start with you. What did you take away from last week? Anybody that stands out for you that might be a wild card team, or anyone that stands out that you just think has it in the bag?
Just that Brady is still the same Brady in the playoffs. He gets every team that he's on, level up to his level every single playoff game. He just gets them right, and they're good. And then having to beat a team a third time is tough. But I think that stood out to me. I think the news that broke about Patrick Mahomes was a full participant in practice today was huge for the Chiefs in terms of having to play the Bills. So I think I would love a Bills-Bucks. I just think that would be such a sweet Super Bowl. But it'll probably be – I still think it'll be Bucks, but I think it'll be Chiefs on the other side.
I mean, I feel that. But, I also saw the gambling odds hadn't swung at all. So I knew Mahomes was playing. They hadn't swung at all. So Mahomes, no matter what, you're going to be able to get that treatment, that superstar treatment, and they'll even postpone the fucking game if Mahomes can't get in there. They want the ratings so bad. Let's go. Anthony Conover, Thomas Edwards, Patrick, Bray. The fact that you list all that out is just so weird, Connie.
It's full name.
You know what I mean? For sure. And all caps too, just big energy. But I feel that. But yeah, so continue, Caleb.
So, I like the Bills. I think the Bills looked good. I think they'll give the Chiefs a run for their money. So it's just a matter if this is when Josh Allen does it or not. This is his chance. So we'll see if he can.
All right. Robbie, anything that's not from you from last week's games, anything that you're looking forward to this week?
One of the things that stood out, I will go with the Bills take as well, but I am going to go a little bit different, in a more different approach and more so long term. One of the things that I saw about Buffalo is that this team is ready to ball and they're ready to game for at least a couple of years to come. They have at least a good 2 to 3 year window ahead of them, especially because you're going to re-sign Josh Allen. One of the things that we learned about also Lamar in that matchup is, hey, if there's a quarterback on the other side that can do exactly what you can do on your legs, but then also has a better arm than you, he's gonna best you in the end. So I think that for Ravens fans out there, you guys need to be looking at Lamar this offseason. Whenever you guys are sitting back doing your little investigative reporting, you're scrolling through the Instagram, you're watching the workouts. Be looking out for him to be working on that arm and that accuracy. Right.
In life, you want to be looking for this, working on your strengths, but also bringing out the weaknesses. And Lamar is clearly one of the best athletes we've ever seen ever hit the football field. It's just, what do you need to work on, bro? Passing. Everyone and their mom knows that.
Absolutely.
It's obvious.
Now, over to the NFC, yes, of course, Brady is still the same Brady. But I mean, what about that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, and of course Devontae Adams? As long as Rodgers is Rodgers, he's unstoppable. But as long as there's a Devontae Adams out there, it does not matter who is out there at corner. You pretty much need it to be Chiefs or Bills in order to beat Packers in the Super Bowl. I think the Packers will get there. It has to be one of those two teams. Those are the only two teams left that can do the Packers in.
Right. I agree. I think from last week, what I saw was that the Rams overperformed this year. Obviously, they shouldn't have been there. Even if Jared Goff was healthy, he's mediocre at best. McVay can only do so much within the first half of that clock that's winding down. Then it's in Jared Goff's hands, and you know that Goff loses sleep every night because he has to think that Jared Goff has some control over his destiny. And McVay seems like a type 1 kind of guy, just an alpha kind of in your face, work hard, don't do anything but focus on football kind of guy. And I just don't see that in Jared Goff. Like you can see he gets rattled. He's not the guy like Russell Wilson where he throws 2 picks in the first 5 minutes and he's still going over to his guys, patting him on the helmet, being like, we got this. Get with it. Like we're on the next drive, we're rolling. Like this is what's up. Like we're good. That gives you as players, a coaching staff, an organization, as fans, it gives you that reassurance, that calming feeling that your leader and the person that has the most control over the game isn't just getting flustered on a couple mistakes, you know, and like you guys were mentioning with Josh Allen, that was Josh Allen last year or the year before. He was he was flustered all the time. You could tell that like he had the confidence at times, but then he would lose it. I've never seen a more confident guy flip from one year to the other. I've never seen that level of confidence immerse. And I think, you know, Daboll has a lot to do with that. He should have been head coach. He should have been a head coach this year with what he was able to do. It's a blessing for Buffalo that he's staying. I think that means that you have a serious run at a championship. If that doesn't work this year, you have next year open. You know, my own slight bias against the Bills and my ex-girlfriend, if being aside, they're a fabulous team. They're a fabulous team. Like they're fun to watch. You know, I have to look at it as an analyst point of view. And Josh Allen, I've been big on him since he came in the league. I knew he had accuracy issues, but like you said, Robbie, what makes Lamar Jackson so successful? Not just the fact that he can pass and make multiple plays happen. He's so dynamic as an athlete. Good luck getting him down. And I felt that the same way when I saw Josh Allen come into the league. And you saw he relied on his legs more than his arm, especially his rookie year. So you're like, this boy can run and not just run. He's fucking huge. So he's running people over.
He's so tall.
He's a tree trunk, bro. Like he's an absolute tree, and he's running like he's going at what? He's got to have a 4.8 at the tops. Like has to be 4.6 or something. 4.8. There's no way.
He's fast. He's fast. No, he's fast. Right. He's a fast guy.
Right? Because I don't want to. I would say 4.6. Yeah, because I mean you're not going to throw a 4.4 tag on him and stuff. He's more just sheer speed. But regardless, I think that you should be very excited if you're a Buff fan. I think you're a Ravens fan, should be still feeling good. But like Robbie said, you need to be looking to make sure that the guy's working on what we all know he needs to be working on. The coaching staff knows, the organization knows, analysts knows, fans know. It doesn't matter who's watching the game. You know that this guy, the MVP of last season, has the ability to be one of the greatest of all time because he brings something that only like this many quarterbacks have even been able to scratch that level of athletic ability. Michael Vick being the closest comp. But other than that, Josh Allen, you know, these guys now are that. But back in the day, who are you throwing out? Randall Cunningham, these kind of Warren. Who else? You know what I mean? Warren Moon,
I mean, even Steve Young, you know,
at the level of Lamar Jackson, though. We're not talking guys that are mobile, like at the level of Lamar Jackson.
Exactly, yeah. Lamar Jackson.
There's nobody at the level.
Aside from Michael Vick, that was the closest thing that you got was experience.
Also, if you're a Browns fan, you should be feeling great. By the way, you know what I mean. Like, if you're a Browns fan, good for you guys. Like, it's really good to see. I have a bunch of family out in Ohio. My little cousin's a freshman at Ohio State right now as well. Good for you guys. It's been a long time that you haven't just seen success. you've been the bottom of the barrel. Like when you are good at Madden, you're looking at your boy who's trash. You're like, dude, you can take like the Patriots or whoever you want. I'll grab the Browns. Like it's one of those like, dude, I'll even stoop to this level of bad because I think I'm that good. Like the Browns with the paper bags, it was the epitome of what they were. The fan base is ridiculously passionate. The fan base is obviously so
they deserve everything they have now.
Absolutely do. Absolutely. And they put up a run here. I know that it was Chad Henne at the end, but I mean, they did not lose by a lot. They covered the spread. They put a good fight out there.
There's also that play where guy was reaching for the end zone and then helmet to helmet lost the ball.
Yeah, the refs kind of screwed that one. I mean, but you know, the touchback rule that's a stupid rule anyways. Like that. That's a rule anyways.
It's the dumbest rule. I think it's the dumbest rule. And I know that Anthony Conover, who was in the comments in here, he thought the same thing. Thought it was the stupidest rule ever. But I do see the reasoning why. Are you guys both against this rule as well? Or?
I mean, I'm against it, but it makes sense. I get it.
It makes sense, and that's why I'm not necessarily. I can't say that I'm against it.
Right.
No, I can feel that. Okay, I can feel that. So. Other than that, I mean, I think it's the Chiefs' year. I'm again with Pat Mahomes being healthy or not. I think Bieniemy being there, them having this Super Bowl run last year, not having a lot of turnover with the team. I think the Chiefs take it again. I'm not shocked if this is the Packers' year. You said it yourself, Robbie. Aaron Rodgers is a bad fucking man. That guy gets the job done and more.
Each and every single time.
I heard some people saying, "Oh, his age is." I said, well, "How is his age showing? What was like 40 plus touchdowns and like 5 picks?" Someone said
Brady has never won at Lambeau during the playoffs just because he was in the NFC.
But one thing that Rodgers has never had was home field advantage at this point of the year.
That's never happened.
There's not a lot of fans there. It's still
it makes a difference.
It's that weather, though, too. That's one of the biggest things because they're so conditioned for that really shit weather. What is it going to be? 10 degrees?
It's cold.
10 degrees is a nice day there right now. So I think they're in for it when it comes to the weather, and that's where Rodgers knows it's just easy money for that team. They're bred
Tom
for
Brady's played in cold weather. Like
absolutely. Tom Brady has, but we're talking about the team as a whole. And as a whole, there haven't been a lot of people that just recently won championships in New England besides Gronk with him. So other than that, a lot of these guys have been chilling in Florida. It's been real nice there, like it is with like you could tell me you're in Florida right now. Has the weather been atrocious or has it been pretty nice? Because I'm living great. I mean, this is my real backdrop, but I mean, it fucking feels like it in California. So you feel me like. So Caleb's mad, Perry not believing it in this Bucks. I do believe in the Bucks, but I mean, I just feel this weird energy with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers right now. Yeah. Even though he already went down, when I watch him play, it's just like someone just driving a Ferrari.
Let me ask you this: do you think it'll be close?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it'll definitely be close. Yeah. It's Rodgers and Brady.
And it's not this. It's also because although the Packers have played better on defense as of late, and you can see it,
Alexander's a straight dog.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely a straight dog. But the Bucs defense, though, like you saw what they did last game. They were the reason why every point they scored was off a turnover. Like it's the defense. So whose defense is better? It has to be the Bucs. If you're just looking at last week, I mean, at least they gave Rodgers enough room. They played a really good game. They really helped out Rodgers I felt like the first time in a long time. Rodgers had protection. The run game was going. His defense was working. Rodgers is finally getting help. He got the home field advantage. Like this, it just feels right this year. I hate it because I know my boy over here is a Bucs fan, but like if I feel it in my gut, and like although my gut's wrong half the time, I got to go with it.
Yeah, and go ahead. Sorry, Robbie.
No, go
I mean, you just gotta. I'm sorry. You know that you gotta deal with this as a Bucs fan. It's tough, you know, but you're not gonna find out until Sunday. Like that. That's really all that there is.
Right.
So yeah, you might
And
as well fight that
you
shit out now.
you got the best of Breeze. You got the best of Breeze. You put him out like that. So at least at the end of the day, the Bucks had it.
Speaking of
I think it's
that,
phenomenal run.
you
Who
think
has more
Jameis Winston, future of the Saints?
Bro, and then
throw up, bro.
and then the Packers got that boy Aaron Jones. Like Aaron Jones too. Aaron Jones. First off, I just want to give you a big fantasy football hug. Thank you for the 2 championships back to back these last 2 years.
What happens with him though? What happens? Does he stay this year? Or do you think he goes? Do you think they pay him?
I think he stays.
I think that he stays, but I mean, even if he goes, he's freaking Aaron Jones. Doesn't matter where he goes. Like that man is talented. He is agile. He's got the balance. Like perfect center of gravity. Just no matter where he goes, I'm still drafting him.
It's unbelievable. I mean, what he's been able to do the last 2 years, and I'm a Cowboys fan, so what he's been able to do against the Cowboys particularly has just haunted me for the entire year for the last 2 years.
Cowboys fans, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I accept your apologies, my friend. I need them. I do. I definitely am not feeling great. It hasn't been a great lifetime for me, but we're back at some point. You know, we'll see how. I just need my boy Dak back. The
division's ours. The division will be ours.
Yeah, no, you said you're a Washington fan. I mean, if there's one thing I can tell you though, is that out of the other 3 teams in the division, I hate Washington the least by far. And
Washington should go after Deshaun Watson.
Fuck the Giants. Sorry, Steph Smalls. Fuck the Eagles. Sorry, all the rest of my boys in Philly. I hate them like with a passion. I'll be friends with fan base for sure. When I watch a team, I get upset. But with the Redskins, with the Washington football team, I love Ron Rivera. You see, he just beat cancer this year. He won the division this year. How do you not love that story? So if it's one of those things where if you're going to lose to anyone in that division, please don't let it be the Eagles and the Giants. And I'll be, And then I know my boy Alex says I'm in a toxic relationship with the Cowboys. I mean, dude. Sometimes it's great at times. You know, I mean, fuck it, dude. I'm a little toxic, dude. For the women out there, you know, I got my positive traits too. Hit me up. I'm doing all right. You know, I'm a these guy.
DM him on Twitter.
We got Drew Brees retiring, like we mentioned. Tom Brady got the better of him. That moment after was real nice, you know, with the kids playing football and, you know, his daughter throwing WWE elbows into his little brother right there. Like, it was cool. And it shows that,
she's always fucking up her little brothers, bro. Every time I see them kids on TV, I'm like, damn.
Bro, she looked badass. All of a sudden, she hit like a WWE like slam on there, and then hit like 3 cartwheels. And I was like, "What?" Yeah. She just hit a cartwheel right after hitting with that. That's some serious.
Drew Brees kids are hyperactive, man. But I'm sorry.
Shout out to Drew Brees, though. What a career. You know what I mean? Obviously, he had a noodle arm at the end, and they were trying to cover up for a lot of the stuff. But his wife put out something today. He fought through like 4 injuries this year, all those broken ribs, collapsed lung, 2 other ones as well. Never complained, never said shit. So, you know, it's good to see the guy. I saw Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas played injured all year, apparently, because he knew that was the last one. Slam boy, you know, I feel he's gotta hate that, dude. Gotta fucking hate that.
I can't talk shit because when I play, I run a lot of slants, but I also play the slot. So like,
when you're playing with Drew Brees, like, why was he slam boy? It's because Drew Brees couldn't throw it that far. So. Yeah, Hall of Famer shouldn't be a debate. First ballot Hall of Famer, you know, has the records.
Easily gets it. Easily first ballot. Easily first ballot.
Agreement. I think he'll be in the booth before you know it.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, I think he's one of those guys. But all right, so NFL coaching hires. Eric Bieniemy is not a coach, so I know they got to wait until the end of the runs. Same with Dayball.
Really quick, I don't know if you saw this. Really quick. I don't know if you saw this, brother. There was an agreement in there, and they did meet. The Texans did interview Eric Bieniemy, so that is via virtual meeting. There is a possibility. If you're
trying to save the thing with Watson, I think you got to bring him in.
Yeah, that's the only way. But the problem is that there's still McNair. Now, in that meeting, Bieniemy did ask for partial control, for partial team control. that makes it to where probably they may not hire him because they don't like giving a damn person control.
Right.
So,
But I mean, the organization is by far the most dysfunctional organization in the league right now. So
I don't
if
understand
someone's
it.
coming in to say, let me try and set a culture, doesn't that sound like music to your ears?
Dude, when
yeah,
Deshaun Watson tweeted that 2 to 8 thing, it was just I knew it was bad. Or 2 to 10.
I mean, Watson been tweeting lyrics a lot. I mean, he always does though. So
he
it's not like
always does.
yeah, he's not doing it on some petty shit. Like he's been tweeting lyrics forever, but
But here's the thing:
it's a bit coincidental.
that you look at Andre Johnson, you look at Arian Foster, even now JJ Watt. Like you ask every player, they all have issues with that organization. Jadeveon Clowney had issues with that organization. Every player has issues with that organization. JJ Watt loves the city of Houston. I think he probably may look at if he'll retire. Either if he doesn't retire at Texas, he'll go and play somewhere else eventually.
He will. Yeah, I think he might leave this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he might leave, but I don't think NFL players have the same amount of pull that NBA players do in regards to trades. Not even close. Like you saw Harden put on a fat suit and trumple around, tell everyone to go fuck themselves until he got what he wanted. And the fucking Rockets still got a king's ransom. They still got everything
That's
and
what
the kitchen
happened.
sink for him.
Yeah.
But that's NBA. Like you never see that shit in football ever.
And see, Watson's situation is very unique because of the way that there's no trade clauses set up. He can literally just hold out, and you've already given me so much guaranteed money. I'm just going to now bleed your pockets. So it's either you're going to trade me, and you're going to trade me to a desirable place, but hopefully that place gives you what you want so that you can move me. The only place that I realistically think that Caleb, I do agree. Yes, I would love it if Washington would go for him. I don't think
it would make sense.
I
It'd be
don't.
awesome.
It would be great. I don't think that'll happen. Where I do really logically see is Miami because Miami can just unload draft picks for this year and the next couple of years and just be like,
because with Miami, that defense is something that he can work with for sure, and that coaching staff is competent. It's just how willing are they to give up
Tua? Yeah, that's what comes into play.
That's the only question. It's just, are you willing to give up Tua? Because every single other team. Every other team we're flirting with right here. We're flirting with the Panthers. I saw the betting odds had them at like plus 500. They have Teddy Bridgewater in there for what, another year or two, but it's not like he'd be involved in the trade.
Move up in the draft. I think the Panthers move up in the draft.
You know, I mean, but with the Redskins, it's not like anyone's a major threat. Alex Smith is debating if he's going to continue playing or not. And most improved player should be called, or the comeback player of the year award should be called the Alex Smith Award now. That's what it is. Absolutely. Like if you have anything to say, go watch that documentary and then go watch the games that he played this year and then go look at the final standings. Like it's hard to wrap your mind around. And as a Cowboys fan, like I mentioned, if there's a team that we were going to lose that division to, God, I'm so happy it's the Washington football team with Rivera and Alex Smith. So many stories that you can get behind, root for. And it's a culture that they clean slate. They decided that we're going to bring in a new coach.
We got Mayhew from the 49ers as our player personnel. Let's go.
Yeah, I think Washington's the Cowboys are, we'll see what's happening. I do like the hire of their new defensive coordinators. I'm a fan of him and the old Legion of Boom. I mean, people don't understand the difference between head coach and coordinator. So as a coordinator, he was extremely successful running a whole entire organization. Obviously not exactly the same. So we'll see if he can get back to his roots there. But, Dak coming back, it's not a very hard division to win for either of those teams. And the Eagles.
There hasn't been a repeating opponent in the last like 15 years or some shit like that. Right. So, yeah.
Absolutely. But so Robert Saleh to the Jets, I really like that. I think that's a really interesting hire. It's going to be an uphill battle for him.
It makes them keep Sam Darnold for another year, I think.
It could be an uphill battle, and I agree. Yeah, you keep Sam Darnold for an extra year. Now you get to really
like a prove it contract, maybe. Like a 1 year prove it.
Yeah. But I think it automatically is an improvement to the team. I don't know if it's an improvement in necessarily like wins, but you'll see a difference. Like you'll
have competence. Like you have someone that's just not a joke. Like Adam Gase was. Who's an
Yeah.
Adam Gase fan? I would love someone to still stand up and come on the show and give me the reason why Adam Gase is a good coach.
Nobody's
why
vouching
he
for Adam
deserves
Gase.
Like what? You know, I saw the footballers and stuff
Getting
getting hyped because they saw the Seahawks are flirting with the idea of him bringing him in to be a coordinator, and they're all Cardinals fans over there in Arizona. So it's just the fact that Gase is still in the coaching pool right now blows my mind. But any other hires that you want to kind of chat on? I'm not a fan of the Campbell hire for Detroit. I think so put it this way. He seems like PC principal. You see all the memes. Yeah, you see it. You can tell he's like a man's man and like a builder of culture potentially, but he's never been a coordinator.
Right.
So this gives me like Freddie Kitchens feels. This gives me like promoting your running backs coach directly to, So I just and in an area like Detroit, like you need fucking help. You have not been a very competent franchise in regards to making.
I think Matt Stafford goes to Indianapolis.
I mean, they wasted Matt Stafford. They wasted Matt Stafford's career.
And then the Lions take like Zach Wilson at 7.
Well, that's a good thing right there too. Like you mentioned, going to the Colts because Phillip Rivers retired today as well.
Oh, let's just go get the exact same guy. That is such a Detroit thing. You're right, Caleb. I saw it right when you said. I was like, "Holy shit, yeah, that's a Detroit fucking thing." Like,
so funny, dude.
Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, and Dan Orlovsky, it's so funny whenever he talks about like field awareness, and then people bring up that play where he ran for a safety into the back of the end zone. He just ran back there, and it's just like I feel you though, bro. Like I'm making comments, and I'm definitely not a football expert either, so I'm just playing. But yeah, move on. Like you mentioned, obviously Phillip Rivers retiring. We mentioned some coaching hires. Obviously, there's still some that are waiting to come. We're waiting on the Texans. We're waiting on the Eagles, the two most unattractive jobs out of the bunch. So we'll see who ends up there. We'll move on to
get Marvin Lewis.
We already talked about Deshaun Watson. Oh, you said Marvin Lewis. Oh, coming from the Sun Devils now.
Yeah.
He was like an assistant for the Arizona.
He's like the most average NFL head coach ever.
Yeah, I got jokes. I'm just fucking being.
Joking. I was like, bro, I would if I'm the Eagles. First off, for you as a Washington fan, me as a Dallas fan, please go hire those guys. Go hire Gase.
Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Absolutely. I'm on my knees begging you, please. I'm begging you. We already mentioned Deshaun Watson. We already mentioned Deshaun Watson. I know we already all gave our
Urban Meyer.
Yeah, Jags with Urban Meyer. I know we mentioned that as well, I believe, briefly on the last show, but I know that's official. He's bringing in a whole coaching staff and stuff. So some weird bunch of coaches this year. Really, I mean, Campbell was just that cherry on top. Seeing Detroit do that, I was like, that's so funny. Let's talk NBA. We'll start with the NBA standings to date so far, and talk about anyone that stood out for you guys positively or negatively. Eastern Conference first, we got the Celtics and the Bucks up top. Celtics 8-4, Bucks 9-5, 76ers 9-5, Nets and Pacers 4-5. You got Knicks at 6. I did not think I'd be saying that today.
Wow.
7 Cavaliers. They have been. They're the best defensive team in the entire league. They are the number one.
Top heavy.
As of last night, they're the number one defensive rated team in the league. Cavaliers, surprisingly, at 7, and the Hawks, which were my team to watch in the beginning of the year, they're at number 8. You got Magic at 9, Hornets at 10, Bulls at 11. You got the Heat at 12, Raptors at 13, Wizards at 14. You got Pistons at 15. What do you guys think?
So
anyone stands out?
I mean, of course, out of that bunch, the one that stands out, damn it, they just left my mind. Fuck them high.
Knicks,
Cavaliers. The Knicks are the ones that stick out.
Knicks stick out. Cavs stick out a little bit.
The Heat at 12. I knew the Raptors weren't as good as everyone thought.
Well, the Heat have been hit hard by COVID, so that's why.
True. But I mean, we all have the same cards. Right?
So pretty much, it's just affecting the season already.
So my thing is, my thing is you have to give everyone time to kind of get back into it. A lot of them just got through with the season. Like I don't ever take anything serious until after the All-Star break. Like after All-Star break, I'm like, all right, basketball time.
That's how most of the players feel for sure. I mean, you can tell with certain teams, especially like doing load management and stuff, like they'll turn it up when it matters. But we'll move on to the West. Got our Lakers up top. It's cool because so we got Florida over there at the top. We got Colorado down there. I'm in Los Angeles, and all three of us are Lakers fans. So we're going to smoke up to that, guys. No matter where we are in the country, Lakers Nation is fucking strong. So love that. 11-4, the deepest team in the league. LeBron's doing his thing. AD's back doing his thing. Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder, the two best pickups of the off seasons that, really taking a lot of pressure off the team. Big fan, obviously, of what the moves they made. 11-4. Number 2, the Jazz at 10-4. They've overperformed in my opinion. I was a little harsh on them this coming year.
I don't feel that way.
At 2, I mean, I knew they were going to make the playoffs, but I didn't think they would be creeping up there at the top 3. I think they traditionally like staying at like the 4 to 6 range, which at the end of the day is apples and oranges. But
after seeing what they did to the Nuggets in the bubble, I was like, okay, that team is for real. So I'm not shocked at them being 2, but I mean, again, it's early.
Yeah, I feel that. Clippers at 3. I think that's where I kind of ranked them in the beginning of the year. At 10-4. The Suns, number 4, 7-5. Obviously, the Chris Paul effect. The Chris Paul effect. You have to love it. Like you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Spurs at 5. Definitely didn't expect them to be quite there. I thought they'd be a little bit more towards like the 8, 9, 10 range.
Yeah, I figured they'd be lower. That'll happen. That'll happen.
We'll see. I mean, they got a good young core that's building around with DeRozan and Marcus Aldridge there as the vets. So we'll see what they're able to do. Pops,
all those young pieces for the Spurs are going to be great, dude. They're all good.
No, Johnson's been panning out lately. You have Dejounte Murray, Lonnie Walker, a lot of guys that have been hitting really well for them. The Trailblazers at 6 at 8-6, the Warriors at 7 at 7-6, and then the Grizzlies at 8 at 7-6. You have the Mavericks at 9, the Nuggets at 10. They're both tied at 7-7. Thunder at 11, 6-7, Pelicans 5-8, Kings 5-9, Rockets 4-8, Timberwolves 3-9. So you're right. I mean, the Jazz are going to compete no matter what, but I did not expect the Nuggets to be the 10 seed.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only one that's really the biggest one that surprises me. Them and San Antonio. I think that them and San Antonio will have a flip at some point.
I agree. And that's the thing. Jokic is having an MVP year, but he won't even sniff the MVP conversations if the team doesn't make the playoffs or is creeping up. Exactly. But he's having like a historical year. He's up there with Oscar Robinson, putting up numbers that we've never seen before. So yeah, he's already surpassed the most triple doubles of all time by a big man. So I mean, he's so young too. It's just a new type of game, and he's lost weight, so he's not so much of like a lard anymore. He's more nimble.
Yeah, he can move around. Yeah, he's moving around.
The thing is, he turns the ball over a lot, but he has so many assists, and now he's added like more steals to his game. He had like 6 steals the other day. It was unbelievable watching him play. He's stealing so much. So I would say the other team is the Thunder at 6-7, having 52 picks, I feel like, for the next 2 years. Them still competing almost at 500. That's awesome. New coach.
They're going to be good.
Yeah,
that's awesome, bro. Like, I thought they would be. I thought they'd be 3-9, the Timberwolves right now, and the Timberwolves would be there. So I thought they would be flipped, but the Timberwolves are at the end. So let me know what you guys think about James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's back tonight. We record Wednesday nights, of course. He's back tonight playing with the 3 at the same time. We're seeing it for the first time. What do you guys think?
I think that it's not going to work. I mean, I'm just a believer if James Harden is in the mix or if Russell Westbrook is in the mix, it's just not going to work. This the way that those two play ball, it just doesn't work. And then we saw, it's toxic. And then we saw the two together in Houston, and it didn't work. It didn't work before. It's not going to work now. Just stop teams trying to give up everything for James Harden. So I think that overall it's not going to work, but only time is going to tell.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? You wasn't going to work either, Caleb?
Yeah, it's not going to work. I mean, there's so many ball dominant players on one team, too many shots to get around to everybody. I mean, James Harden had like what 2 shots almost at halftime or something crazy like that.
Right.
So I don't know. It's
Durant's gonna get frustrated.
I
He's
think if
gonna
it's
be
one or
good.
the other with Durant, then yeah, you should have never traded for James Harden in the first place.
You
so I
should
think
just left it. Yeah, you should just left it.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm. But
we
with
were
Kyrie,
fine.
it's a different story for
Or
Kyrie.
traded Kyrie for James Harden. Pick one.
But Kyrie's such a good person off the court. Like he does so many
Yeah,
things.
dude,
that
he did. Dude, he's been
so many things. And my co-founder Christian put it best. He said, can't he be a good person but a shit teammate at the same time?
Yeah.
Accept that narrative. And I said, absolutely. He's a great person, and we have to strive to be more like Kyrie in charitable opportunities and look to help where we can. I think he's
with the exception of the earth being flat, but yeah.
But does he hate? Do you hate having him as a teammate? Do you hate being a fan of his? Yes, you absolutely hate it. He's not there half the time. When he is there, you don't know what he's going to say, if he's going to be hostile, if he's going to bring the heat. You always know he's going to have that skill level. You always know he's going to come to hoop. But is he going to show up? When he's there, it's worth it.
Distracted a lot.
And why? And when there's smoke, there's fire. When there's smoke, there's fire. So when there's been issues everywhere that he's gone, there's issues following him. It may be his leadership style. It may be a false narrative like we saw with Jimmy Butler, who's now at a place that Heat culture is where he's meant to be. And he maybe wasn't such an asshole all along, but everybody else was just too soft for him. And it just didn't work out in certain places. So I've kind of nixed that Jimmy Butler narrative. But with Kyrie, no matter what, he's bringing the bullshit. He's got so much baggage. And he's
just one of those people that it follows him.
Yeah. Toxic. We're keep bringing up toxic today, but toxic gang. You know what I mean? So we got him getting fined up towards 900,000, almost a flat one for him. I think with Kyrie, get your head straight. I'm glad you guys got what you wanted. You are going to have no bench depth. I hope that there isn't anything that happens this season, because you're going to need every ounce of it to lose to the Lakers in 5. That's just how it's going to be. But it is interesting.
They're going to each have to score 30 points a game easily. That's what they're going to have.
You got a new coaching staff. Like, there's so many variables that don't make sense to me.
I can't believe Steve Nash
feel like they have it.
I feel like Nash is going to get pissed really fast too. Like Durant and Nash, they're both going to be like, they're both going to be like, this is bullshit.
And they do have a lot. They have a lot of head coaching talent on that roster. Like for his assistants are all former head coaches. They're all going to hate it just as much. Everyone's going to hate it.
On the sideline, you have too many Chiefs. On the
court, I love that they call it coordinators. They called it coordinators. Like Steve Nash, what does he do?
There's too many leaders. There's too many people. No, like this is
who want to be in charge.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Absolutely, cooks in the kitchen. So hockey's back. I'm not a massive hockey guy. I know either is Caleb, but I love to send that love while I can. They, like we mentioned last show, the junior team for USA won against Canada.
USA.
Yeah, let's go. But for hockey, it's back. Season's back. So if you're a big hockey guy, go check it out. You know, our Bets Unwrapped, which would be Bets USN on Twitter. Check them out. Corey's always mixing up all the different sports. So if you're a hockey guy, they'll have all types of stuff for you over there as well.
Go together.
Let's move on. Oh yeah, no. Let's hope that they get it going, because the Kings aren't be bringing shit this year. I can tell you that right now. The Kings are one of the most overrated teams on paper right now, and not a fan of watching hockey when our team's not winning, because I'm just a casual fan. I'm a casual fan.
Exactly.
I like the parades, and the parades aren't even possible. So, I mean, we'll take it. Let's move on to some news. So Justin Timberlake, Jessica Biel, they welcome their second child. It's not something that we got to chat about too much, just something to know.
That's cool.
Good for that.
Good for him.
Power baby. If the guy is not a supreme actor by year 5, he's failed. So we'll see what. I think they named him Phineas. So that's definitely the names continue to get weird. The names continue to get weirder, bro. Like if your name's not,
couples, bro.
what happened to like Ralph or like John or Caleb or Robbie or Perry? Like, it's like even Mike out there. Bro, what's Ocean? What's that? Like Ocean or Apple? Like, do you love your child? Like, do you want him to have an uphill battle throughout life by naming
Elon
him?
Musk? Like Elon Musk named his kid like some weird alien universe thing. Like,
Right?
come on, no.
Be good parents. Like, why don't you just look up a baby book? Look what's fucking popular. You can stretch the bounds. You can stretch the, go out of bounds a little bit. But bro, like behind me is an ocean. There's no name for your child. Like, don't be going all crazy with stuff.
You live in Cali. I used to live in Cali, bro. Let's face it. I actually used to live like in LA. Famous people are fucking weird, bro. Like they are weird. Like they are weird.
Yep. So that's the news there. Jim Carrey. It was Jim Carrey's birthday.
Another one. See.
What do you guys think of Jim Carrey? Is he a top 5 comedy actor of all time?
Yes, he's a top 5 comedy actor of all time. Everyone on YouTube, please stop with the conspiracy theories about Jim Carrey.
Top 3.
Yeah. Yes, he's definitely.
So, question: would you take, if you had to pick a collection, would you pick Jim Carrey comedy collection, Will Ferrell, or Adam Sandler? Sandler, his comedy collection. What do you? Yeah, I agree with you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Was an important question for me, so I appreciate that.
And then Jim Carrey.
Yeah, then Jim Carrey and then Will Ferrell.
Will
Ferrell's more like stupid funny. Will Ferrell's stupid funny, but I enjoy that depending on my.
Caleb's got the right list.
For sure. I think we're all on the same page. Martin Luther King Day just passed. Love to see it. Obviously, we don't really talk too much politics, but that's not political. Obviously, it's such an important year to celebrate that day and show the fucking significance to that day with everything that's happened in 2020, of course. So MLK wouldn't be too proud of this last year, but I think he would be of what's to come, hopefully. So
yes.
It's nice to at least remember on that day and have priorities straight on that day and see that we're at least heading in the proper direction. We don't get too political past that, but at least I think everyone knows what Wednesday is, and everyone is moving together. It's cool. So
marching forward, ebony and ivory together in perfect harmony.
Beautiful.
I told you. Yep.
We got. Oh no, I love it. We got the 1-year anniversary coming up in a couple of days. Kobe and Gianna Bryant out in Los Angeles. All 3 of us being Laker fans. Just it really hits home. Rest in peace to the Mamba. Just one of probably the fiercest competitor to ever live, and just you could tell what an amazing man he was and father. So shout out to Bean. You miss him alive. Met him twice in my life.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just fucking sucks, man. So shout out to Vanessa Bryant, who's been able to hold it down since, and Pau Gasol and everyone else that's chipped around with the family, and you see all that stuff. It just warms your heart.
The whole academy as well. Shout out to them. Shout out to the team. Like all the girls. Hell yeah! Salute to all of them.
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
tough.
I can't believe it's already here.
There's no way to honor that, but
we haven't even gotten over Nipsey yet. We didn't even get over Nipsey yet, and then that happened. Like it was just so tough.
So much happened. Like 2020 was such horseshit, bro. Like I feel like every day we woke up, it was just like, what the fuck's next?
Dude, yes. Like please,
fuck, man.
2021, give me money.
I'm just pumped to be here, bro. So we got Karl Anthony Towns. He got COVID. This sucks, man, because his mom died of COVID. That's been wrecking my man. So I don't care who you're a fan of. Like, fuck, man. Like, that's gotta break your heart. Like, you saw how torn up he was with losing his mom over this stuff, and now he's got COVID. He was saying the worst.
It's just so unfortunate,
I was
bro.
so mad.
So mad. Like, so like the last person in the NBA that I was like, please, anyone but him right now, just because like what he just went through to have that hit him then too, like fuck, like it hits your heart. So shout out to Karl Anthony Towns' family and friends, teammates, whatever. He needs you right now. So Kyrie Irving, the guy we talked about, who is absolutely a fabulous person, not the best teammate in our opinion, but can be both. I think we can all agree that he can be both. He bought a house for George Floyd's family. It just seems like he added to the list of things that Kyrie's done that he doesn't get talked about, doesn't get talked about enough. It's all about the narrative, how he's a shitty teammate, this and that, and he's crazy and the world's flat. But I mean, homeboy just dishes out money where it's needed. He helps the people that need it, and he's there. So regardless of how he conducts himself as a basketball player, as a person, man, Kyrie, cheers to you.
Kyrie, you've already made so much. Okay, the NBA has already fined you $800K. If you do not want to play football, you can literally, bro, like pull Kaepernick and just live off your investments, and get that money and do good things, Absolutely. And then use that money to do good things. You can do a Jay-Z, you can do an Akon, you can do all these things that do what Nipsey was doing. You can do all those things. You don't have to just play ball, bro.
Right. I agree. And that goes back to you don't have to just shut up and dribble. So you got
I didn't even mean to say that. I was damn.
No, I completely agree. So that's why someone asked me who's more toxic, Harden or Kyrie? I was like, absolutely Harden, in my opinion. Yeah. Because at least Kyrie, how he stands as a person. And when he's there, he gives it his all, but you just can't bank on him being there all the time. With Harden, he'll be there, go like this to you in your face while he's giving you a half an effort. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's that list.
List it out. Oh, yeah. Let's zoom it in a little bit. Kyrie donated $300,000 to meals for New York families, donated $50,000.
And 17 pallets of food.
Wow. It's a Standing Rock's reservation.
Food reservation, yeah.
$1.5 million WNBA salaries who opted out of the bubble. I actually saw a bigger number than that, than 1.5. I saw more than that.
That's
purchased a home for George Floyd's family, and he had some other stuff too. I don't know if I have a graphic that I can find on my own, but I think I saw something else, and it was even more than that, dude.
That's baller though.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
What he does is unbelievable. Seriously, Kyrie, I got one right here. Hold on. Donated $323,000 to Feeding America. Partnered with City Harvest to ensure that 250,000 meals were distributed to New Yorkers. Partnered with Nike to donate 17 pallets of food and masks to the Standing Rock tribe, like we just mentioned. Also, that thing about the WNBA players bubble. Paid off the college tuition for 9 HBCU students at Lincoln University. Come on. Kyrie, he continues to be a premier philanthropist and an amazing person. So shout out to Kyrie. We'd love to see him ball in a little bit more, but I don't care if he's being that good of a person. Harden being at the strip clubs, getting fat or faking being fat, whatever he is, giving a half effort.
Yeah.
That's where it's just, stop giving me this in front of my face. And don't say that you're an elite teammate when you show up in Brooklyn either, and when you're not. That. Yeah. That's really the reality of that. So we'll move through it to the next one. Kevin Porter Jr. and the Cavaliers. You guys heard what happened with this?
Yeah.
No.
So they traded for Taurean Prince, a player with Jarrett Allen, and they got in the trades here with the whole Oladipo trade, and they kind of just swooped in there with the Harden trade and helped and got some stuff out. So the Cavs got a couple players. Taurean Prince was given Porter Jr.'s locker, so he freaked out. Apparently was calling it modern day slavery and throwing food. That was exact quotes that I read. Going crazy, yelling, throwing food. The reports I read were pretty crazy. So I know they were working on releasing him or trying to trade him, but obviously after that, you don't have much of a trade value. So they're working on probably releasing him at some point. He's so talented. He is a steal. He went to USC. Really talented guy. If you haven't seen Porter Jr., look at the bounce he's got. He's able to create his own shot up there with almost anybody in the league, but his mental his mental psyche is just out of this world. Like he is not the best there, and you can see it. And so, yeah, this wasn't the first thing. I mean, unfortunately, and I'm a guy that's dealt with depression.
I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, all that stuff, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. But
Kevin Love's on his own team, dude. Like you can go talk to Kevin Love. Like Kevin Love does a bunch of mental health shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you can't succeed on a team with Kevin Love, then I don't know what. You have no hope, really. Oh, we'll move through the next ones real quick. I know we got to get Robbie out of here soon and end up the show. Delonte West, nothing much to talk about, but Mark Cuban reached out while he was on that drug bender, all that stuff, and got him help. Got him in contact with his mom. Got him in a treatment center. He got himself clean. He's now working at that treatment center. So shout out to Delonte West.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank God, yes.
Love redemption. I'm a recovered addict, so I love to see that. I'm recovered, obviously, taking some painkillers, so I'll always be transparent with that. But
the military got me.
Hell yeah, bro. So at the end of the day, you love to see that shit, and I love a redemption story. Tennessee got hit with an investigation. They turned it to an internal investigation. They were given bags of money, McDonald's bags of money to their recruits when they were coming to campus. McDonald's bags of money, and they flipped it to an internal investigation to blame it all on the coach so they can get out of certain things.
Yeah, they were getting out of like a $12 million buyout, bro.
Yes.
Find a better way to secure the bag, not in a paper bag.
Like literal McDonald's bags. And that's got to be a McDonald's sponsor now at this point. Shout out McDonald's, always helping with the money laundering. We love it. So Gary, what's up, bro? He said, "Let's go, boys." One of our guys over here. So we're gonna move through the next one. Mets general manager Jared Porter fired because they were found that he was sending dick pics back in the day.
Yeah,
appropriate conduct. And the new owner Cohen was like, "All right, bro, it might have been with another team, but I'm here to try and change the culture. You're gone." So he got fired.
Story, keep your dick in your pants.
Why you guys said dick pics, bro?
Hold on.
No one wants to see it.
He texted her 62 times in a row.
Oh,
and she didn't respond.
So no woman's ever invited dick pics. No one's ever been like, "Oh, I would like a dick pic."
Exactly. It's like that moment from Idiocracy where Silent Bob, he's sitting in the van with the chicks, and like the devil pops up and the other devil pops up, but then the angel and the other angel pops up. And he's like, "Yeah, just don't put it out right now. Like, don't do it. Like, now I gotta go beat up these two sucker punching bitches. Like, yeah, like remember that skit? It's that he didn't have those. He didn't have that moment. He just went
so funny. We got Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre had that brain aneurysm, as everybody knows, out of the hospital, back in the studio. So he's back in the studio. It's good for him. Love to see a legend like that so quickly to bounce back. And another rap thing that we'll mention, Timbaland's manager said they're working on a Travis Scott and Future versus battle. So
gosh.
Future's gonna destroy Travis Scott.
Is just gonna
Future's gonna tear him up. That's what I was thinking too. Future's gonna mop the floor with him, but it's lit. You know what I mean? He'll throw in the dope ad libs at least. We got one more puff pass. It's one of our favorite segments here. It's where we puff on two things and we pass on the other. We pick two things we can live with, one that we got to live without. So you got to get one. Pick two, nix one. We got munchies this time, the munchie edition. Potato chips, cookies, cheap microwavable items, meaning pizza rolls, ramen, you know, that stoner tier.
Yeah, that shit, yeah.
So you got to pick two, and there's one that you got to pass on. Which two are you puffing on, Robbie? And which one are you passing on? You want to go first?
Potato chips. Oh, shit. Potato chips and cheap microwavable items.
So you're passing on cookies?
I'll pass on cookies, unfortunately.
Okay. Caleb, what about you, bro?
Because there's not
it's definitely number one is cheap microwavable items. It's the best because you have so many options. Then potato chips and cookies are passed on.
See, right, bro. I'm in the minority. God damn, bro. Like,
bro.
If you gave me the option to eat cookies for breakfast and still live a healthy life, I would. Absolutely. If you said here's 3 chocolate bars and a full thing of cookies, and they'll give you your protein and nutrients throughout the day, that's what you can live with. I would choose that 10 out of 10 times. So cookies is my number 1, and I'll even put like chocolate in there too. Like number 1, I know, but number 2 for me, microwavable items, potato chips can go. So I'm in the minority on this one, but I think we all got to keep our microwavable shit. But yeah, I eat that cookies and that chocolate for breakfast. If I was giving boys, I sweet all like it. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's all we got for you guys. It's been an absolutely phenomenal show this week. You know, you got to keep it blunt. Check out Rumboyz, of course. You can check out their network on YouTube. You can check out their network on Sportscaster, as well as Twitter. You can go check out what just popped out on the bottom right down there. Rumboyz Net. Twitter,
Rumboyz.com.
You can see all that stuff there too. Get yourself a mask. We got all of our
promo code Rumboyz, free shipping. Protect yourself in this damn pandemic, okay?
Hell yeah. Get a mask. Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure kicking it.
Yes,
I can't
really appreciate it.
That relationship, bro. So yeah, no, for real. Everybody, you got to keep it blunt. We appreciate you coming in on this Wednesday, chilling with us. If that was smoking, drinking, just vibing with us, whatever it was, we appreciate you coming and spending some of that Wednesday with us. Got a large variety of topics today. So we went from all the way to pop culture. We hit that music stuff, of course, vibing in the beginning. We got the sports topics, a little bit of rap, everything that you could think of. We were here talking about everything that happened this last week. We'll be on it again next Wednesday. Can't wait to bring Robbie back on the show or show, get on his or whatever. We're going to keep working with good people on the network. Robbie's one of the best around. So I'm always going to show that love. But yeah, you definitely can check out all of our at names right there. At Perry Aston. You got CHS Knoll for Kayla, my brother, right over there. Rumboyz Net. Believe it's the exact same on Sportscaster as well. And again, go subscribe to Rumboyz and Unwrap Sports on YouTube. Check us out on our website, unwrapsports.com. Twitter and Instagram, Unwrap Sports. TikTok, if you're into that stuff, we're on there too. And make sure to go check out our shop, please and thank you. Like he mentioned, for his mask, you can go check out their apparel, but we got all of ours as well. teespring.com/stores/unwrapped, all types of designs. I'm going to be sending something over to Robbie at some point this year. Probably this one. I'll probably send you over that drip design. Popular as hell, yeah. And then, of course, if you're gambling, which you should be because we're all degenerates over here on this side of the world. So gamble on mybookie.ag. Use code USN100. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. So you can put all the way from $50 to $1,000. They'll give you exact money down. You can do gambling with the horse racing, casino, sports, of course. So MyBookie, the best place to gamble around. We appreciate that.
I had a nice bet today. Loyola Chicago hit for me.
What does that feel like, Caleb? I don't even know what that feels like. I lose so much. I'm such a good sport guy, but I mean,
it's not. I lose so much like one week, and next week I'll be like up that much. Like it's just like it comes and goes.
The worst luck in the world, but it's been
sometimes you have multiple bad weeks and it sucks.
I feel like that's me, and I've given up on gambling. So, if anyone's got any stellar advice for me beyond my boys' advice, I don't think anything can help me, to be honest with you. So save it.
I just try to ride the wave. Like differences. I don't know.
Bro, I got kind of riptide so long ago. You might be riding the wave, but I'm just in that riptide, just fucking getting.
No, bro. So listen, before this game, I was down I was down $194 before this game, and then this one just hit for 200. So I'm actually up $6.
Okay, cool. So we're back to even. But yeah, well, that's all we'll keep Robbie here for today. He's about to go jump on a show for him and the network.
Appreciate having you, Robbie.
Go check them out. Check out all of our ads. Dilly to the Rum Boys and Girls, as Robbie likes to say. Thank you, Unwrapped family, for coming in and chilling with us. If you were smoking, drinking, if you got song suggestions for next week, hit us in our keeping it _blunt Twitter, or Perry or Caleb, wherever is easiest for you. Go hit us up there. Thank you so much, guys, and keep it blunt.